All right, PHH Mortgage is my mortgage company. I had an insurance loss. Insurance company sent me the money. I sent it to PHH Mortgage with instructions of what to do with it. They sent me their program of how they were going to disperse the money to me, and what they've done is stalled. They haven't given me money at all. And in my opinion, they've stolen my money. They put my house in foreclosure. They've caused me trouble with my family relationships, and they have done everything they can to not send me money. And it's wrong, and it's unacceptable. I had a loss. A storm came through and tore the shingles off my roof, and I did an insurance claim, and they came out and basically it's $10,000 claim. Actually, about 12,000 with some of the other stuff that's added, but they sent me their original check for 7,300 and change, and on the check was PHH Mortgage. So I called them and said, "What do I do? I need And what I read on the internet is if you're current on your mortgage, anything less than $15,000, they'll just sign and send it back." They told me send it to them and with $30, and they would overnight it back to me. Now they didn't say, they didn't actually use the words they would overnight it the next day or something, but they did say send $30. That'll pay for the overnight shipping back. And that was the loss was in August. I want to say September is when all this started, and I've been on the phone with them every day, an hour or more every day, and I've gotten every excuse in the world. I built this house with my own hands, and they're telling me that I can't fix it, that I have to hire a contractor. And maybe I've been a little bit stubborn, but the stuff they're telling me is so far out of line. And then I started doing research on these mortgage companies, and I'm not the only one, but nobody else wants to say anything, and I'm outraged. I'm now in foreclosure. My wife of 23 years, she was my best friend for 7 years before that. Now we're separated. We're actually divorced. I still call her my wife, and we have a very good relationship, or we did up until this. She woke me up not long ago telling me that her credit got trashed and she's madder than hell, and her credit score went down to a 436, mine's 425. And we both had good credit. They've destroyed my credit, so I can't refinance. They took all my money, so I can't pay my bills. And they're just jerks. I mean, the calls are all outsourced to India. Those people have no authority to do anything. Everything you do, they'll say they're going to put through a request. And I've said from the beginning, why don't you just put me through to those people and I'll just talk to them? And of course, they're not going to do that. So a day or two go by, I'll call them back, and they've declined every request I put through. They've told me several times they're sending me money. I've yet to receive a penny. I've been in talking with my insurance company because they still owe me more money, and they were going to send me $1,700. And I said, well, tell you what, if you're going to put PHH Mortgage name on the check, keep it. Buy your kids something, go on vacation, something, keep it. I don't want it. I'm done fighting with these people. They're not going to do anything for me. And between you and I've got a friend that's going to lend me my money today that I'm going to pay my mortgage and get it current, because I didn't pay my mortgage the last 4 months because I had to take every dime I had in the world to fix this house. And the way the insurance company put it was it's my responsibility to keep it from further damage. I was buying tarps. My house was like a sheep camp with tarps all over the roof and all tore up. And every time the storm would come in and take the tarps and rip them out, I can't afford it anymore. And so I did the inside of the house first, which is backwards. But the reason I did that is I found a supply place that would give me the supplies and let me pay them in payments. And I can't find anybody to do that with the shingles, or I would have done that first. But I'm trying to talk to the insurance company now into giving me money for the shingles so I can do the roof. And they're telling me they can't give it to me until it's complete. And I said, it's never going to be complete. And I'm thinking they have an interest in it being repaired. So maybe they'll send me the money. I don't know. I'm trying. The mortgage company, they tell me that we're in partnership with this thing, and that they actually told me it's not my house, and they can call the shots all day long if they want to. And I told them, no, you can't. This was my grandparents' house before it was mine. I've lived here for 30 some years. I built most of it myself. It was a 960 square foot house when I bought it. It's now a 2,280 square foot house with a guest house and a 2-car garage and an apartment. And I built it myself. And I was a licensed contractor. And and they wanted to decline me to fix my own house, and it's about money. I know what they've done. They've taken my money, they put it in a bank account along with hundreds of other people's money, and they're bringing the interest in off of it. And they told me after I said that to them, if any interest is earned, they will send it to me. Well, I wasn't born yesterday. I know better. They're not even going to send me the principal part of it, let alone the interest. And when I sent them the money, the check, I sent them a $30 check for returning overnight and a letter. And the letter said, take $2,100 out of this check, pay my account. It'll be two payments ahead, and here's the 2 payments I owe you. And so, I mean, I wasn't even behind. And the second payment was just coming due, and they refused to do that. They've just been a nightmare to talk to. I mean, they're all they want to do is tell me why I can't do anything, and why they can't do anything, and why their hands are tied. And I know better. I mean, it's just a bunch of they want to do everything they can to keep that money as long as they can. And I mean, I think eventually they'll plan on giving it to me, but they put my life in hell in the meantime. And I have no money left. I'm sitting here with enough concerns with what's going on in the world and everything else. I don't really need to try to fight for my own money, and so that's why I'm using the words they stole it. They in my opinion, they did. They have no right to it. I understand there's a process, but they sent me the process in writing of what it takes, and they haven't followed it even sort of. They said they would send me money up front for the materials, and then they would release it as it went by. I've had an inspection. The inspector said it was 75% done. Interior's done. It needs the roof. That would be 100%. And even with that, they did not send me a dime. Now they know that all this money's come out of my pocket. I sent them a bunch of receipts for the materials that I bought. The last conversation I had with them, they were going to send me the money just for the materials, not for any of the work that's done, because I haven't been approved to do the work. And I told them, you know what, that's not going to go. That's not going to fly. I'm not going to hire a contractor that's going to do worse work than I do and have a shoddy job done fixing my house. And they just don't get it. And it's not that they don't get it; they don't care. And those people are trained. They're all scripted. Everything, their answers are all scripted. They're told what they can say and what they can't say. And I'm not real big on outsourced work anyhow. This country needs all the jobs it can have, and sending it all to the Philippines and to India is stupid. I mean, I'll tell you what it tells me when I get on the phone and they say, listen to the recording carefully because our menu has changed. And then you get a guy and they go, I already know what it is. They don't care about it. They want to save $1. Those people make $250 a month to answer those phone calls. They have no knowledge of our lifestyle, of what I even mean when I tell them I built this house. And they don't care. And I'm not being prejudiced or biased against them. They're making a living. They good for them. But to send my phone call over there tells me that PHH Mortgage doesn't care about me. They care about money. And everything they've done is a reflection of that. They just care about money. Everybody's in business to make money. But when you isolate or alienate your customers, you're going to make less, not more. And I don't know how that's not clear to these people. But, I would really like to help somebody that goes on and does some research beforehand to not have this problem. I mean, I think eventually I'll get mine resolved because I'm a squeaky wheel. But if I would have known what I know now, I would have not never sent the check to him. I would have done something different. I don't even know what, but I would have gotten away from this mortgage company is what I would have done. I had a good credit score. I could have refinanced. I can't now. They eliminated my ability to refinance. And they took all my money and put my house in foreclosure. And all from the same people, and then ruined my relationship with my wife. She's not even taking my phone calls now. She's madder than hell with me, and I mean, it's not me, but we're not close enough to where she really understands that. She just understands that what's happening here is ruining her credit, and it's my daughter even said, just sell the house for what you owe on it and get out and don't mess up mom's credit anymore. I told her her credit's not more important than my life, even if you think it is. And so it's causing a rift in my family. It's just in every way. I'm so stressed out of my mind that I'm having thoughts of bad things, and you just don't need that. But like I said, with everything going on in the world and all we got to go through as it is, you don't need some mortgage company causing you grief and strife. And The first review I put on consumeraffairs.com, my mortgage company called me, and they had a little different attitude. It got their attention. They put a comment on there that they were going to try to resolve it. They put me through to an escalation team, which just took more of my time. They didn't do anything, but it got their attention. So I've now put reviews on everything I can find a review on you guys' site, on Google, on Yelp, on everything, everywhere I can find. I've put a review, and all of them are individually written. I didn't copy and paste. I figured write them all individually, and none of them are very flattering to these people. And I know it's not just them, but they're the ones doing it to me. If you take care of one, maybe the other ones will pay attention. And I don't think I'm going to solve the world crisis, but if I don't do something, I'm not going to do anything. That's for sure. And if more people stand up and say something, I think it would stop. They don't want to give me money because they just don't want to give me money. They from the get go they have declined me even before I said I was going to do the work myself. They just don't want to give the money out. Like I said, they sent me papers that said that they would give me right up front. They would give me money to 10% to buy the materials, and they've never done that. They've never done anything, and then they wanted me to send them tax forms from my contractor and the contractor's license and the contractor's estimate, and I said no. The insurance company gave me a check. They gave me an estimate of what needs done. I'll send you that. That's all you need. You don't need what the contractor's going to charge. It's none of your business, and it's not. I mean, they don't get to keep the extra if I get a cheaper deal, and they're not going to pay me more if it's more expensive. They're just trying to stall and keep my money, and no matter what I've said, no matter what conversation has happened, it ends in the same every time. They're not sending any money, and they've told me 4 times they're going to send me a check, and not once have they done it. So it's just a stall tactic, and I mean, I've seen through it right in the beginning, but it's very clear now. I'm hoping that it helps me. Don't get me wrong. I'm hoping that they see this and they send me my money. But I'm also hoping to help some other people, because had I seen something like this, I would have took note. I would have refinanced. I would have done something, and I would have not have sent them an endorsed check with no safety controls on it of any kind where they can hold on to it the way they have. I would have done something else. I don't even know what. I don't have that answer yet, but I would not have just openly signed my name on a check and sent it to them for them to do what they want with it. I am shocked that they kept it the way they did, and I can't believe that. I think it's illegal. I mean, it's theft as far as I'm concerned. They probably got a loophole in there that they've gotten away with it, but it's just wrong. And I'm hoping that somebody can see that and say, hey, we don't want to go with this mortgage company. And the $7,000 they owe me would be a drop in the bucket compared to the business they'll lose if people pay attention. And because they're, from what I've seen, it's not just them. Aquan was my old company. They sent me to PHH. Aquan was the worst in the world. I thought they were the worst mortgage company they could ever be until I got to PHH Mortgage, and they are 10 times worse. The two of them are now in business together, and it's a partnership or whatever. But it's just bad. They don't care about people. They don't care about people's homes. They care about money. And I know the government has fined them $100 million. And somebody told me $1 billion. And told them not to do this anymore. The business practices are wrong. They're archaic, and yet they're still doing it. If I had the money, I'd file a lawsuit. It's just very expensive to file a lawsuit, and I've actually filed a lawsuit twice against Aquan, and it got my house out of foreclosure. I kind of used that to my advantage, and I sued them for non-service of the loan. And I think everybody can do that because they don't service the loan. They don't even call themselves a mortgage company. They call themselves a debt collection company. The first thing they say to you is, this is an attempt to collect a debt. So when I call them, that's what I tell them too. It's an attempt to collect my money. To collect debt. Their recording says something to the effect of that they're going to help people. That's what we do. That is so far from the truth. It's not even funny. And it's just a blatant lie. And people believe that when they hear that stuff. They think, oh, this is a good company. They're going to help people. That's not even sort of true. They don't anything but that. They don't care about people. And I think especially in times like we're having now, it's about the people. It ain't about the money. The money is great, and if they're in business, I wish them well, but not at my expense and not at other people's expenses. I guess I'm kind of old school, but I don't believe in this no respect stuff that you get, and then being outsourced to India, and those people can't help me if they had to. They have no ability to. It's sad. It really is. So.